Hi, folks. Dr. Jim Gishwin here, retired intelligence analyst, and I guess you guys all think I'm a know-it-all. What the heck? I'll play the game. All I am is a normal guy sitting there using common sense, okay? Just like you. Now, here's the thing going on now. They're all looking for that drone mothership out there in the Arctic that's messing with all those NATO countries. The flyovers of the drones and whatnot. And Putin's just asking for it. And Trump's sitting there going to give Ukraine tomahawk missiles, and they're going to sit there and start going after more of his oil refineries. They've already knocked out 1/3 of them, and that's hurting Putin. Okay, there's gas lines already forming in St. Petersburg and Moscow. The two areas Putin does not want. Okay, does not want his locals to sit there and know what he's doing too much, and that they're not winning. Especially doesn't want them to know they're not winning, and they're not winning. He lost 20,000 troops just last week alone. I mean, it's a meat grinder out there, and Trump's obviously very upset at this. He does not like losing human life. One bunch of human lives, I think he does not mind losing. He's given Hamas the warning. You either come to this agreement, or the Middle East war will be ended one way or another. In other words, he's got the remaining 25,000 members of the Hamas who have been killed in recent months. Okay, that leaves the only remaining few. And they're trapped and bottled up, just waiting. Israel just waiting for Trump to give them the word. Go. And they're on hold now, waiting to see if in the 72 hours to see if they want to accept it. They're not going to accept it. You know that. There's too many splinter groups. They're not unified anyway. The Hamas people have to get Hamas out of there. The Gaza people have to get Hamas out of there, or they got no future. Now, if they're smart, they can sit there and take that eastern Mediterranean land right on the coast and do what Trump wants to do. Sit there and build a daggone vacation spa area where they can all sit there and make money off their land. That still could be valuable resource. They could be another southern Riviera. Okay? Just common sense, people. You got all that beautiful seafront land. Do something great with it. Instead of sitting there undermining it and building tunnels throughout it like a bunch of moles. Anyway, all right, well, Syria wants to sit there and be buddy-buddy with us now, even though that leader was an ex-Al-Qaeda. He says ex. You never know about that. You know, do they really realize what they've done? We shall see. We shall see. All right. And let's see. What's else in the news? Okay, the shutdown. Oh, my goodness. I just had the USS Enterprise reunion down here in Pensacola. And the day after they showed up, they were supposed to go to the Naval Aviation Museum, and the base is closed. They sat for 4 or 5 days. We got a lot of good raffles coming up, so I'll sit there and see if I can get them to follow me to the American Legion or the VFW tonight, which I told them would welcome them graciously. You know, and yes, Pensacola has no choice; they're closed. So all of their activities seem to have come to a halt, except for whatever they can do right there in the motel. Tonight we're having a farewell luncheon, and I managed to get a picture of 2 plank owners from 1961. And we discussed a lot about the new CVN 80 coming out and all the F-35s that'll be on board it. It's going to be really the biggest thing ever built. Lord. Enterprise name. I was on the Enterprise, then I was on carrier group staff and bounced from carrier to carrier in the Western Pacific. And I was on 7th Fleet staff after a stint of teaching 350 intelligence people. And then I went to recruiting. Then I went to the Pentagon to be leading chief of the Office of Naval Intelligence. That was my career, folks, after the Marine Corps and Army. And I screwed up on that. I didn't like running. Wound up avoiding the 3 miles at 5 o'clock every morning with the Marine Corps with 7 miles at 5 o'clock every morning at airborne school. Screwed up on that one, guys. Remember, for every decision, there's a consequence, okay? There's a consequence for every decision. Anyway, the shutdown was a gift to Trump. He's shutting things down. He's wiping out the Green New Deal scam. He's cleaning up Social Security. All the fakers in there, sickbay commandos that were sitting there trying to bilk the system so that good people and people that really need it can use it. And he's getting rid of all this DEI. Pete Hegseth's speech was great. No more dudes in dresses, and he doesn't like fat admirals and generals. Hey, I'm fat, but I'm out. Okay? It's one of the reasons I didn't like running. And so I would not be one of his good warriors, I guess, even though I was the best trained warrior around. I was definitely out of shape a couple times in my career. I managed to keep the weight down for most of it. Yes, I did. But anyway, that's beside the point. I was always in the rear with the gear, the beer, and the fear, as they say in terminology. I was never a hero. The heroes are the real ones we left behind. Those are the heroes. And yes, there were heroes, even if you shovel shit in Louisiana. Okay? There was 10 people behind every fighting person in Vietnam. That was excessive, obviously. But like he said, in the future, there'll be no rear areas. So it's like the Marine Corps taught us, every person's a rifleman, first and foremost. Why is that? Because, hey, the rear areas are not rear areas anymore. Anyone's susceptible to attack. You have to defend yourself. You have to defend your comrades. When you're in combat, you're sitting there looking to the man to the left, looking to the man to the right. And that's all you care about. Okay? All this stuff of people saying they fought for the flag and this and that, and, well, that's all well and good until the bullets start flying. Then it's your buddies and you. Your buddies taking care of you, and you taking care of your buddies. That's what gets you through it. Anyway, those are the heroes. The guys that supported, the guys that did everything they could, believing in what they were doing. Okay? A gift to Trump. He's shutting everything down, and they're going to sit there and come to an agreement within a couple of days, I'm sure. Democrats are seeing all their programs being wiped out legally. Something that couldn't be done by legislative is now being done. Hey, man, we're running out of money. We just got to shut them down. May not ever open them up. Anyway, God bless you all. Just remember this. DEI is racism. All it is affirmative action which the Supreme Court struck down with quotas. Okay? A couple of years ago. The Supreme Court struck down affirmative action, so why rename it something else? I've got black friends, and they're sitting there saying, how can you be against DEI? I said, because you can't cure racism with racism. Two wrongs don't make a right. If that makes me sick or demented, I don't know. This is just common sense. I was one of the only white kids in elementary school in Stanton Elementary School in Southwest D.C. It didn't bother me. It didn't bother me playing around black kids in our low-rent area in Southwest D.C. when I was a baby, a toddler, young kid. No one did. My mom used to teach me. She said, if people didn't have color to their skin, you would see right through them. And we're all made in the image of God. That image is inside. That's the spiritual image, people. That's the spiritual image. People ask me why I believe in reincarnation. I says, well, why can't God reuse souls? This is just a covering